Hello everybody, Gage here from Sharp. We've had a lot of new subscribers hit the channel in the last little while, so if you are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for subscribing. Today's video is a new arrivals video. If you're new to the channel, we do this every month. Generally, we show off all of the new stock that we have in the shop, and so today we have some really cool stuff to check out. We're gonna start with the Moritakas and move in no particular direction through the rest of what we have in stock here today. So the Moritakas came in a couple weeks ago, in fact, but we haven't had a chance to show them off to you guys yet. If you're unfamiliar with Moritaka Hamono, they work in the Fukuoka area, which is on the most southern island of Japan. They make beautiful, beautiful knives. They have a history of around like 800 years. They used to make katana way back in the day. Very similar story to a lot of other Japanese cutlery makers. They transitioned into agricultural tools and then finally into kitchen knives, which is their main focus today. They make kurouchi ironclad knives. They do their own forge welding in-house for their Aogami Super Series, which is the series that we're carrying right now. And we have a number of different flavors in stock from them. So we've got the 150 millimeter petty knife, the 150 millimeter Hanesuke or Hanasuki, however you want to pronounce it. We've got their bunka and nakiri, both in 180 millimeters. We've got their gyuto in both 210 and 240. And we've got their kiretsukes in both 210 and 240 as well. I have a special place in my heart for Moritaka Hamono. They were the first hand forged knife that I ever bought. I got their 180 millimeter Santoku about 10 years ago. I still have it to this day. It looks more like a petty knife now because of how many times I've sharpened it, but I absolutely love the knife. They've got really nice edge geometry on them. They're quite thin at the spine and thin behind the edge, so it gives them a really, really nice cutting feel. They've got nice grinds on them, so you will inevitably need to thin these guys out over time, but it's quite easy to thin these out. The steel is really workable, and they're very consistent straight knives, so they're really easy to sharpen and work with. They have really nice fit and finish, so where handle and tang come together is always nicely done. This guy here is just a little sticker. I know a lot of people, myself included, will try to keep these on as long as possible, but they are, for hygienic reasons, probably best to take off the knife right away. The handles themselves are made from walnut with black packawood ferrule on them. They are octagonal in shape, so suitable for righties and lefties. This 210 millimeter Kiritsuke balances right here. And that's pretty consistent across the board here. They are pretty blade heavy, which is my personal preference. I really like the feeling of the weight forward in the knife. So pretty consistent across the board, basically right where you're gonna pinch the knife, which is always really nice. So Moritaka Hamono, very excited to have these guys back in stock. Similar to the Moritakas are the Hatsukokoro Kurouchi series. These are a shop favorite amongst both customers and employees here at the shop. They are ironclad Aogami number 2, kurouchi finish with the Damascus beveling on them, wenge handles, buffalo horn ferrules, octagonal in shape, so suitable for righties and lefties. They've got really nice grinds on them. The beveling comes up nice and tall on the blade, so gradual transition from cutting edge into the body of the blade, so really nice cutting feel on these guys. We also got back into stock their Tsujihiki 255 millimeters with Kiritsuke style tip on it. We've got their nakiri back in stock, and we've got their 80 millimeter petty back in stock. So we've got the full lineup in stock right now. Really exciting. These guys are awesome. I don't get a ton of use out of these little 80 mil petty knives, but we've been asked for them, so we brought some in, and they're really cute looking. Look at that thing. Very nice. Very cool. Okay, moving on. Probably the knife I was most excited about coming in was the Fujiwara Denka Nakiri 165 millimeters. Fujiwara-san is the blacksmith who makes these knives. He forge welds the steel in-house. He gets an amazing heat treat on these knives. If you've been around Japanese knives for any length of time, you've heard of the Denka series for sure. Heat treat on these guys is awesome. Sharpening is amazing. Like out of the box, these guys are crazy sharp. Of course, I'm sure a lot of you will tune them up even further once you get them. They have that little finger notch in here. Magnolia handles with buffalo horn ferrule. Sticker here as well. So again, I personally would probably try to keep this on as long as I can, but in your best interest probably to take it off. Octagonal in shape, so suitable for righties and lefties. Balance point is quite forward on these guys as well. They are Aogami Super with a stainless cladding. And I've said this before, the fit and finish on these guys is a little wonky sometimes. This batch that we just got in is actually really nice, probably the best batch we've ever gotten in. So the blades have been installed like nice and straight with the handles. The blades themselves are quite straight. The beveling on them, the polish is really nice. So I'm really excited to have these guys in. We also at the end of the month have their 165 and 180 millimeter bunkas coming into stock from the Denka series. I know a lot of people have been asking about those, so keep your eyes peeled on the website and on our new arrivals videos, because we are likely to get those in sort of like beginning of August sometime. So if you've been waiting for a Denka bunka, they're on the way. Okay, next, Kato-san. We've got some more of his 120 millimeter petty knives. Aogami Super with stainless clad on these guys. Kurouchi finish, and then we also got a couple of his R2 Tsuchime line. The Kurouchi guy has a cherry handle with black pakkawood ferrule, octagonal in shape, suitable for righties and lefties. On our Gyuto, we've got walnut with a buffalo horn ferrule, octagonal in shape, suitable for righties and lefties. These guys are awesome. We don't get enough of these guys in. They always move really quick. They're beautiful to look at. They're really high performing knives. Same can be said about all of Kato-san's knives, but also this petty knife here as well. It's a beautiful, beautiful knife. It may not look like much over video, but I really like these sort of like plain, really elegant, simple looking knives. Fit and finish on these guys is really, really nice. Like spines are beautifully sanded. Choil is very nicely sanded on both of these knives, so they're very comfortable to hold. Balance point on the Gyuto being right about there, which is pretty much exactly where you would want it. Petty knife, balance point is like right in the middle there. Very comfortable knife. This petty knife would be great for like butchery, but also like working off the board in your hand if you do any of that sort of stuff. So very excited about those. Some more shop favorites are the VG10 Damascus Shigeki Tanaka knives. We got in stock his 150 mil petty, 165 Nakedi, and 180 millimeter Gyuto. These guys also always sell really well, and for good reason. They're great knives. They're nice to look at. They feel great in the hand. Handles are walnut with black pakkawood, octagonal in shape, so suitable for righties and lefties. These guys are really easy to take care of because they're stainless steel. VG10 always gets kind of a bad rap online, but I've had nothing but great experiences with VG10. I find it relatively easy to sharpen, holds its edge a good while, and you generally get knives for a little bit more affordable price when they're made from VG10. And Shigeki Tanaka makes fantastic stuff. The grinds on them are always really nice. They're quite thin behind the edge. They've got amazing cutting feel on them. So very excited to have these guys in stock as well. Okay, coming towards the end here, we've got Nishida-san. We visited Nishida-san. If you had a chance to watch our Japan tour video, he was the last stop on our tour. It was really awesome to meet him. We haven't met him previously. He makes beautiful, beautiful Warakami knives, which just means that he forge welds them in-house. They are Kurouchi finish, ironclad. They're made from Shirogami. Do you remember, Jake? Post-production, Jake will put in the steel type on these guys. I want to say they're Shiro 1. He gets a really nice heat treat on these guys. We've sharpened a bunch of these guys. They sharpen really nicely. They hold their edge a really long time. And they are not super thick behind the edge, but they're not super thin at the same time. So they're not super chippy like some of the other carbon steel knives that you'll find out there. We have his Nakedi, his Santoku, his Funayuki. So lots of different flavors to choose from there. They've got octagonal handles on them made from walnut, no ferrule on these guys. I love the way these guys look. I think they look super cool, nice, clean, elegant looking knives. I'm so excited to have those in for sure. New series from Ittetsu. We've named these guys the Tafu series, which translates to tough. And the reason we gave them that name is because they've got these big beefy handles on them. They've got these like aluminum or steel plates here where the tang and handle come together, so there's like no chance of water or anything getting in there. They're not thick behind the edge, but they're not super duper thin at the same time. The cutting feel on these guys is amazing. I brought home one of the petty knives from these guys like a few months ago when we were getting samples, and I'm still using it every day today. It's amazing. It's held its edge very well. It's not rusting or anything because it's stainless steel. Yeah, so really stoked about these guys. We've got the 180 and 210 millimeter Gyutos right now, but we have the rest of the lineup, which will include a 135 petty, a 150 utility knife, and a 240 Gyuto coming at the beginning of August. So we'll have the full lineup of these guys here. Relatively affordable as well, so great way to get into a Japanese knife without breaking the bank. Okay, last thing I want to talk about is the sayas that we have in stock. We already have the walnut guys in stock, but we just got our magnolia sayas back in stock as well. These guys are a little more affordable than the walnut guys, and they obviously match magnolia handles a lot better than walnut does. So we've got all the flavors again. We've got petty, santoku, bunka, gyuto, karetsuke, and suji all in stock. I want to say we have nakiri sayas in stock as well, but I'm not actually sure. Do you remember?
I didn't get
No, because this is what you had.
Yeah.
Jake, again, post-production will let us know if we have them or not. But excited to have those back in stock. Sayas are great for keeping your knives safe while you're transporting them. And we tried to get sayas that would fit as many knives as possible. If you're concerned about the fit, just give us a little message either via email or on the live chat on the website. And we're happy to make sure the saya fits or make it fit for you if you're interested in purchasing it with a knife. So there you have it, guys. New arrivals for the end of July. Thank you so much for watching. And until the next video, stay sharp.